If you lack purpose, how do you feel? If you have a purpose, how do you feel? You will often notice this physically, mentally, spiritually. You will notice this on multiple fronts, because when you're driven every day and you have a purpose, there is a massive energy that you have within you that allows you to proceed forward, that allows you to be guided in a direction that allows you to succeed with whatever your goal and your purpose is. So for example, if we look at people who don't really have a purpose, their physical bodies tend to deteriorate faster. They lack energy. It may be a struggle for them to actually be motivated. And as a result, they may develop, more body pains, aches. They may develop more issues with their health and a variety of other things. And they're not really happy with their life. If instead, you know what your purpose is and are being guided by that purpose, guess what? You feel very different. You feel very, very different because you're motivated. You basically get up in the morning with determination of accomplishing a certain goal. Almost like a string pulling you, guiding you in a certain direction. It's very interesting. It really is. Sorry. Oh. My purpose is to cough. And so it's very interesting how that all happens. When you really focus on what your goals are, how you're intended to be, what your motivation is in life. So I just want you to think about that for a moment. If you're someone who does lack energy, do you feel as though you're not really going towards what your purpose is? Because when you're going towards your purpose, you have this massive energy, as I said. And you feel guided, you feel compelled. And so many things no longer really matter to you. Things that are trivial, things that are insignificant are not important anymore to you when you're guided on your purpose, going towards your purpose. So if you're someone who is guided, that you feel motivated, that you physically feel as though you're going towards that direction, then it's very likely that you have found your purpose and are living that purpose and going towards that and fulfilling it every way that you possibly can. However, if you lack that, well, how do you find your purpose then? If you don't have one, how do you find it? See, now that is a very complex thing because everyone has a different purpose. The reason why I exist is very different from the reason you exist. The reason for your existence could be, maybe you accomplished this much. Maybe someone else, they accomplished this much, or it is perceived as such. That's what you got to remember. Someone who is like a famous person, a lot of people know them. They're going to be very influential on a lot of people's lives, for negative and for positive, in many, many different ways. Just because you're not a well-known person and you do things that maybe don't make an impact on as many people, that doesn't mean that you should be discouraged. Rather, it is something that your purpose is not what their purpose is, plain and simple. And if you try to force that, if you try to force yourself to be in their shoes, trying to live what their purpose is, then you will fail at that because that's not what your purpose is. That's not the reasons why you are here. So what is the reason why you are here? The reason for your existence? I know what mine is, and I live that every single day. And I always have to remind myself of that because the moment I start to feel, it's almost like an energy being taken away from me, like I don't have that energy within me. It's because I have not reminded myself of what my purpose is. Once you zoom out and get Stop being so caught up on what is happening right now. It's like, oh, something bad has happened right now. It's like, yeah, address that scenario. But in the grander scheme of things, is it really that important? It's really not. It's really not that important. So zoom out. Zoom out and take a larger look at your life overall, what you're here to do. And then you will be successful at that. All you got to do is just find it and go towards it. I can't tell you how to find what your purpose is. I can't tell you what your purpose is because I am not you. I cannot live your life, much like you can't live anyone else's life except for your own. So only you can make that determination for yourself. So that was all. That's all I wanted to say today. So you go take care. Have a great one, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.